Let me again thank you for attending the second event of the Healing Vets Weekend. We have 6 total events in 2 days, all centered around vets and veterans and healing. Whether it involves the veterans and the community in an activity or participation, or if it's just coming together as a community and becoming more aware of issues that affect veterans. So again, thank you so much for coming to the Vet Talks IBX. Tonight's theme is on resilience. And you'll learn about resilience from a couple different perspectives from our speakers tonight, who have come all the way from Washington, D.C. to be a part of this. So for that, I think we should give them a... And as each of the speakers has come up to speak, I'll provide a little bio on them so you can better understand and appreciate their own personal experience with resilience, which will be the major focus of the presentation. But first, I'd like to introduce the board of directors of Pamlico Rose. This is Allison Greene-Sands, Greg Smith is over there. I think that's it. No, Kelly. Oh, Kelly. Kelly Earp. There's. Kelly came from Raleigh for this, so thank you to Kelly. All right, so we met David and Betty Wheeler not too long ago, and David's former wife, late wife, Monk Wheeler, was a poet. And she wrote a poem about her grandmother's experience as a nurse in World War II. Her mother's experience. This is Dave Wheeler right here. And it was read in 1997 at the inauguration of the Women's Military Memorial in Washington, D.C. Allison and I both read the poem, and we were very touched by it. And so Dave has provided that poem to us, and Allison's going to read it for you right now.
Good evening. As Rob said, this poem, when I first read it, I could barely get through the second and third verse, and there are 6 without chills on every inch of my body. And I said, we have to read this. We have to share this with everyone because this is really special. So thank you for letting us share this tonight. It's called The Hand That Rocked the Cradle. The hand that rocked the cradle, they said would rule the world. The rosebud of a mother's care that blooms in love unfurled. Her gentle, loving wisdom would shape the things we do. The hand that led a leader would guide his choices too. The hand that rocked the cradle flies helicopters now. The weapons that she carries cause terrorists to bow. Her leadership and courage will shape what fighters do. And mother will return, my child, when the world is safe for you. She's not one of the boys, you see. She's what she's always been. She's a woman who believes in peace, and for that creed, she'll win. The hand that rocked the cradle came home to you today. The band is playing proudly, her squadron's home to stay. She did her job and did it well. She fought the better fight. And she's here to rock your cradle when you go to sleep tonight. Mothers always went to war. It's really nothing new. They feared and bled and fought before, and many died there too. There's a cradle in the corner, mourning in a silent way. There was another mother who won't return today. She rocks another cradle to heaven's victory rhyme. For like soldiers have for ages, she died before her time.
So as I said, tonight's theme is on resilience. And I think that we all have an idea of what resilience is, or we think we do. We talk about the resilience of our cities in terms of climate change. We talk about resilience of soldiers when they come back from war. We talk about our own resiliency in face of tragedy. But what is resiliency? What does it mean when we say that somebody is resilient? It means, for some of us, it means that we have encountered a crisis. We emerged through that crisis successfully. And on the other side, we've become stronger because we've learned from that. That's sort of what resiliency is, hitting a wall, getting through the wall, and then being smarter and more adaptable on the other side. So resiliency, that's what that sort of means. But there's a lot more to resiliency than just hitting a wall and getting through it. For some, behavioral dispositions make you more resilient. Maybe you're more creative. Maybe you're more outgoing. But for others, resiliency, that kind of behavioral dispositions don't exist. And so you have to work really hard to become resilient. So there's some things that are tied up in resiliency that are teachable and learnable skills. For many of us, we have to struggle and learn how to be resilient. But on the other side, we're stronger, smarter, and wiser. Some of those skills our speakers will be talking about tonight when they talk about their own experiences. I'm an anthropologist. The part of resiliency that really attracts me is the social resiliency, which is how people interact as a community and provide strength to get through crises that they may not get through on their own. At Rosehaven, we're trying to build a community of resilience. We're trying to bring female veterans in. They grow stronger, interacting with each other in the community around them, and in some ways, they become more resilient. There's other things about that, but for us, that's the key of what we're trying to do. So when Rachel and Kimberly talk about resilience tonight, they're going to be offering their own perspectives on that based on their own academic and their own experiences as a soldier or sailor. But it will all wrap around this notion of overcoming obstacles and being stronger.